welcome back to Flow Ninja Jody Dean channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why you have no motivation for anything after spiritual awakening. So wherever you are on the path, whether you're just beginning your awakening or you've been at it for years, decades even, and you're lacking in motivation or worried that you're going to be lacking in motivation if you embark on a deeper journey of awakening, then this video is for you. And also maybe if you have someone in your life that is struggling with this, then this could be some great info here and tips for you to help support them, because it is not an easy process. I'm not going to lie, I've been through it myself multiple times, and the not the laziness is the wrong word, but the lack of motivation, the cessation of interest in worldly activities, let's say, during the awakening and after an awakening, or an awakening epiphany like a Satori. And if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll also share with you my top 3 tips for getting out of it and for staying out of it and for being motivated, being inspired, and living on purpose with impact. All right, so let's get into it. My name is Jody Dean, as you probably know, and I help people with spiritual awakening, soul embodiment, soul purpose embodiment, and authentic self-expression. So let's get into it now. Let's talk about this. So the spiritual awakening process is a hugely diverse, multifaceted experience, phenomenon, actually, and one that is, we can try to have a stab at encapsulating, talking about in a video like this, but really we're only scratching the surface because it is so vast. There are so many aspects to it, so many unique experiences, and it's different for everyone. However, there are certain dynamics and certain patterns that show up in the awakening journey, and that's what we're going to focus on here. And in this case, it is losing the motivation after we've had the awakening happen. So this could be a sudden awakening or more of a slow burn kind of thing that happens over weeks or months or even years. But ultimately it gets to a point where we're in a new state of consciousness and we've let go of, or we're missing the energy for life, for getting stuff done and for moving forward with ourselves. And so this can happen very much after the initial spiritual awakening that we might go through, where you might have a Satori, which is like an epiphany moment, like a seeing the truth. Suddenly you see the truth of things. You see that everything is one. You see that life is love, perhaps. You see the mind, perhaps it dissolves, perhaps your sense of I dissolves. This could happen in a plant medicine journey. This could happen when you're meditating on a retreat. This could happen when you're doing yoga. This could happen when you're in some therapy session. This could happen when you're making love. This could happen when you're deep in nature, communing with a tree. This could happen when you're God knows what, right? Like so many different possibilities of how it can happen. But you have that incredible shift, that epiphany, that world-changing, life-changing moment when you see things clearly for the first time. The pennies drop. Suddenly you realize, oh my God, I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. Oh my God, I'm being. I'm essence. I'm source. I'm God. We're all God. There is no separation. And of course, I'm using words to describe the indescribable. I'm using names to try to describe the nameless one. and an experience of it. And that could be a split second. It could be something that is durational and lasts over some days, some hours, some weeks. But anything that is an experience, well, it comes to an end, right? Because life is come and go, and all phenomena are come and go. So what happens with the Satori, with the Epiphany, with the awakening, is that we might see beyond the come and go, and we might perceive the formless, right? We might perceive the timeless. And so when this happens, we drop into a being space. And step out of the doing, the doer, being the doer. And so this is very much a typical phenomena that happens, a typical experience of they who has the awakening. There is this incredible shift in perception. And what comes after that is a relief, a release, and a relaxation. And when I say after, I mean after the split second, right, of realization, of recognition of truth, there is a recalibration. And with that recalibration, there is this relaxation that comes with it, this this sense of freedom, of limitlessness, of infinity. The drop becoming the ocean, and what that entails. And then slowly there's a reintegration into the limited, but with a new perspective, a new dimension. However, what happens then, I'm not saying this always happens, but there is a pattern I've seen and many see where this happens, that there is a loss of interest in anything that's about moving forward, about improvement, because there is a realization that there's nothing to improve, because all is one, all is now, all is love. There is pure perfection. So there's nothing to perfect. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. Or at least that's the perception. And this is where we have the demotivation, the loss of inspiration, the loss of ambition, of aspiration, of wanting to get somewhere, wanting to make things better, improve things, go forward, buy things, become things, become someone important, someone of note, increase one's value, increase one's impact. And of course, it can manifest in different ways according to one's unique perception, one's history, one's beliefs. And it is a fairly natural, really. It's a natural product of the glimpse of unity, of non-duality, of truth, of oneness. This is part of it. And the recalibration It might go on and on and on and on. The lack of motivation might continue and continue. It might get even more extreme. Just to rest more deeply in the being. As the awareness increases that there is nowhere to go and nothing to do, because all is done. There is no doer, etc., right? The non-duality perception. And these are just, words. This is attempts at describing, attempts at explaining the indescribable and the inexplicable. So as one drops into essence, there is a natural shift in perception and recalibration and disinflating of the will to do, to become, to make and have and be something. Because the truth has been revealed, and the revelation is such that all grasping is finally seen to be pointless. In this new perspective, the new perception, glimpsing the perfection, the divinity, the sacred symphony of truth, of source. So this is why you have no motivation after spiritual awakening. Kind of unavoidable. Because you can't do to be. What can happen, what could happen eventually for you or whoever this person is who has the awakening and then loses all motivation. What can happen, what could happen, is that this so-called recalibration I mentioned comes to a point, comes to a close, an end. That may well be temporary, may just be a pause. And then from that new perception and that potential integration of being, of truth, into the lived reality, grounded into one's life, there can be a renewed sense of purpose and inspiration. To share, to offer, to serve, to play, to create from the shifted, new understanding and perception. An upwelling from being, an upwelling from essence. And that may look like a totally different kind of motivation than what was happening in the before time, before the awakening. I truly believe that clarity is power. And getting clear in this new position in consciousness, in being, is a wonderful thing and can be accelerated and enhanced by practices like journaling, like work, service, seva, karma yoga, being in nature, grounding, caring for others, gardening. And listening to the inklings within, the whispers within, which come from spirit, come from source, allowing them to guide oneself. This can be a lot of fun. It's where the fun starts, ultimately. And so I was going to share, and I said I would share, what helped me get out of it and what can help you get out of it if you're in it, the demotivation. And I've just kind of shared it in a way, building that clarity. Who am I now? What am I now? What lights me up now? What excites me now? Being really true to self. Letting go of all that does not serve, all beliefs that do not hold up to the light of awareness, kind of burning flame of awareness that transmutes. It's a beautiful thing. And personally, for me, it was getting my mind on board. That was the key, really. Purifying my emotional body, releasing emotion, expressing emotion in a healthy way, and purifying my mind as much as possible, getting really curious about thoughts and if they have truth to them, recognizing patterns, building that awareness, and giving way to that which really lights me up. The people, the places, the things, the career, the experiences that really, truly light me up, that bring more coherence, that bring more joy, that are uplifting, truly uplifting. And being, yes, consistently and eternally curious and vigilant with that which shows up, that is not aligned with who we are, that which is a limitation, that which is a belief that keeps us small, keeps us trapped. Saying yes to love, saying yes to the true self. Taking lots of breaths. And following bliss. And that's what's helped me the most, is to follow my bliss and to meet what comes and embrace what comes from within, the shadows, patterns, programs, with compassion. Let's develop space, spaciousness. So this is what's worked for me, and may it work for you too. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. And if you have anything you'd like to share or ask, then please drop it into the comments. Your comments are most welcome. I read all my comments on these videos, and every comment is so welcome. I'm keen to hear your experience and share with you my perspective if you wish to receive it. And above and beyond that, if you would like some guidance, if you're struggling on your path, if you have some challenges, if you would like clarity, and stop for a moment and really look and see what is true. Both bring more depth and more spaciousness, and also to align with what really truly lights you up in life. Then encourage you to book a Life Accelerator call, gifted call, a 20-minute call with me. And check out the description of this video for the Writing from Spirit program. It's for those who are inspired to write their transformational book. I also have a Purpose Accelerator program coming up, and men's work and men's circle also coming up. So watch this space, check the description if there's anything there in that department, and have a wonderful onward journey. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you. Remember, you are love itself. Bye for now.